We look like we're in a goddamn disco.
Dude, I love it.
I do too.
I think that's my ADHD, though, where I'm just like, more things.
It looks like, you know those hats with the tassels that hang down? It's like a sombrero with the tassels? That's what it looks like up there.
You can put them on your dash if you wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I know we said this before, but I fucking love this shit. Like, it makes me feel like the cool kid in the 90s or whatever.
You finally got your, room, your happy place.
Yeah. And, it cannot go in a magazine. It doesn't look like any. It looks like trash. And I'm like, I treasure it.
But it's our trash.
I love it.
Which, by the way, we talked about a revamp. You guys will never know, but we revamped.
Yeah, we should do the behind us.
Yeah. It's all clean over there now. We vacuumed in here.
You would never believe how organized it is.
Mm-hmm. We still have to walk over wires when we're all set up. But
that's just because it's like an 8x12 shed.
That's true. Hey, it's ours, though. It's our space, you know?
Oh, and I love it.
Yeah.
Every time people come in, they're either like, this is so cool, or they're like, wow.
Oh, okay. So you just sit in here, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure do. You see all the chairs?
Yeah.
There's 2.
Did you catch a vibe yet? Maybe next time.
Trust me, it's better with the door closed.
Yeah.
No, you can't be in here with the door closed.
You have to leave now because your vibe didn't pass
Yeah, you didn't pass the vibe check. Get out.
Yeah, get out of here. Go! Scat!
Go on now, get! Oh, baby girl started saying that.
Go on now, get.
Because I say it to her all the time. And now she'll, if you're up in her business, she'll go, go on now, get!
I love it.
That makes me happy.
Oh, that fits her Tammy persona.
100%, yeah. Oh, girl's getting feral, too.
Oh my God. We knew it was going to happen.
It's the best. I love it. I live for it.
God damn!
Oh my God. What's your goddamn anyway?
Oh, my goddamn.
Back to the actual podcast.
My goddamn is mostly just that I was finishing this morning, before I came over.
You were.
I was fucking trying my best to crank it out, so I'm a little bit frazzled right now. I've got a lot going on in my brain, and I don't know if it all made it into the research.
I haven't categorized everything yet.
Yeah, so we're gonna, this one might be a bit of an adventure for everyone.
Dude, honestly, I feel like you don't even need a disclaimer, because that is how every one of my episodes have been since I started this Jeffrey Epstein bullshit, where I'm like, right? I'm just gonna straighten this all out, and then I'm like, there's no fucking way. I can't. I'm not smart enough. I don't know. It's all in my head. And then when I'm telling you the story, I'm like, oh, I forgot. I read this.
Right. And also, not to mention, I was telling someone about the podcast recently because they were asking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, Stacey's been on this Epstein kick where she's doing a lot of the cases about Epstein and stuff, and they were like, oh my gosh, I would love to hear that. You should send it to me. And I was like, it's
absolutely not.
It's not, number one, it's not one.
We are not reputable reporters.
No.
Although we kind of are.
I mean, we read some shit, and now it's like you read it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm telling it to you how I read it, so you don't have to read it. But after that,
I read a lot of articles, and here's the gist according to me.
Yeah, precisely. That's why we're here.
Yeah, but they're like, oh, you should send it to me. I'm like, I don't think that you should just look at it if you want to.
I know.
You figure it out.
I just like to pretend that anybody in our life that listens, that they don't. I operate my life as if we don't have a podcast.
100%.
And then when people are like, oh, I listened today, I have this moment of what
did I say? Did I talk shit about you in particular?
Oh my, because I forget. I'm just hanging out with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's rough in these streets.
And then I'm always like, oh, that's so nice of them. I feel supported.
Wow. Are you doing it because you like it? I wouldn't know if you
didn't
listen, right?
That's exactly it. Where I'm like, oh man, that's a cool one. That's a cool person. All right, we're going to mark that person down in my brain. I'm all keeping tabs over here, friends.
Yeah, I'm not, because then I'll still tell them something, and they're like, I know, I heard it on the podcast. And I'm like,
oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I do a lot of assuming that they just listened to one episode and mentioned it to me.
Yeah.
And then when they're like, oh, and about that one episode that you talked about that was 3 ago, and I'm like, oh, I forgot everything about it. Please don't ask me any questions. I can pull up my notes if you want me to retell the story.
Actually, I have it here. We could fact check it, but please don't ask me anything in particular. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Give me your goddamn.
Oh. My goddamn, you say.
I do.
You already know it, but it's that this morning I woke up with a fucking migraine. Guys, every morning I've been waking up and I'm like,
thank God.
Not today, Satan. More like, thank God. Not thank God. Damn it. I've been waking up with headaches and I've been having them all day. And I started to pay attention because, I'm a mom. When things break down, you just don't pay attention. Mm-hmm. You're like, whatever, my hip just does that now.
Yeah.
And And it was like day 3 of a headache. And I'm like, that's fucking, I've eaten a lot of ibuprofen lately. Like something's wrong.
That's not good.
And I started paying attention. I'm like, oh, it feels all sinusy, like a migraine hangover. And then every night I've had really bad headaches as I go to sleep. And I'm like, I think I'm getting migraines in the night. And by the morning, I'm just having the hangover.
Through it. Ugh.
Well, this morning I woke up, and first time when I opened my eyes, I looked at the clock and I was like, that's weird. I can't really see it. But it didn't like catch what was going on because I get that fucking visual scramble thing. And then I had a text message and I went to go read it and it was all missing. Like I can only see the letters in my periph. And I'm like, fuck, I got a migraine.
Oh my God.
And then it did the whole rainbow thing. Anyway, so I was just dying in bed this whole morning debating, like, do I cancel recording or do I? Because I know.
And then I text you like, I'm still researching.
I literally was like, we're not recording today. Like, that's not going to happen. But I do know in my migraines, because when it's happening, I'm panicking on the inside. I tell everybody like, oh, I just don't feel good. I'm going to close my eyes. But on the inside, I'm like, I'm never going to see again. This sucks so bad. This is the worst feeling ever. I hate this feeling. I'm going to throw up.
If I close my eyes, I might die.
Oh,
who's going to pick up the kids?
It's like getting the spins at the end of the night of drinking or something. Like, it's just the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I also know if I wait 30 minutes, it'll go away. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, I still feel like shit and everything is so loud to me right now. And like the lights are so bright and I'm so sensitive, but I can see. And
Which
that's
is
my
nice.
biggest thing.
You know? Oh God, I'm sorry you're dealing with that.
It also gives you pregnancy brain. Like I can't think of the word, you know, like cup, and you're like the thing that holds the water.
Like onions. It's next to the onions.
Yeah. Literally this morning, my eyes were shut, and Lee walked in, and he goes, "Did you call me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have a migraine. Can you get me?" And I was trying to say ibuprofen, but I'm like, "Can you get me the shit that makes the head stop hurting?"
It's in the shaky bottle.
Yeah, he figured it out. But if I do that, or if I like ask a dumb question, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. You can listen with your eyes closed too if you need to.
Any other time I ask dumb questions, though, fair game.
You can make fun of me all day for that shit. But not today, okay? I'll help you work through it. Okay. I'll try to anyway.
Okay, good.
Try and help you find the words.
It's also kind of scary. Like, what happens to your brain when that happens?
Yeah.
I'm like, is there a pinched nerve?
It's like when you have a stroke and stuff, and it's like all of a sudden you just don't have those
Can't hold my bowels.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. I can hold my bowels, just for the record.
Thank God.
For now.
For now.
Don't give me Taco Bell.
Well, that's anyone's fucking game, right?
Honestly.
Okay, well, here on episode 380, if we're ready to rock right in.
I'm ready to rock right in.
All right.
Party rockers in the house tonight.
Party rockers in the house tonight. We're going to be talking about Ricky Rodriguez.
Ooh, Ricky.
Okay, but buckle up. Because we're going to start somewhere else, okay? We're going to
Fuck Ricky for now.
Fuck Ricky for right now, okay? But don't fuck him later either. So we're going to start by telling you about David Berg. Okay?
What's up, David?
David was born in 1919 in Oakland, California.
Oh, God. 1919.
1919.
We took a little trip.
Out to California.
There's gold in them there hills.
Mm-hmm. And his parents moved him and his siblings to Miami, Florida. Okay, so born in Oakland, moved to Miami.
Oh, okay.
Fucking living the dream, apparently. His parents were pastors, but...
That seems like such a far way to travel in the 1919s or whatever.
To be fair, it was probably like the 30s at that point, you know, that he moved there. Yeah. Well, maybe a little before.
Still far. That's across the country.
Yeah, it is. Like, how long did that take you? A month and a half?
God damn.
Did they have planes?
I don't know when got planes cholera were on the way.
Real cholera,
dysentery,
fucking Ebola, yeah, dysentery.
They probably took the Oregon Trail
to Florida. Do you think it goes to Florida?
I don't remember where it goes.
I think it goes up
higher.
Yeah.
It's in like Utah. I mean, but you could still have taken it. I don't know. Were maps that elegant back then?
I have no idea.
I feel like it's follow the yellow brick road kind of scenario. Not like a let's map this out.
I don't know when all this stuff was invented.
When were the Wright brothers born?
Yes. But either way, now he's in Miami, right?
Okay.
And his parents, like I said, they're pastors, but they were kicked out of the Disciples of Christ.
Oh.
After his mom publicly testified.
Publicly?
Mm-hmm. About her divine healing.
Wait.
Divine healing is healing through prayer.
Yeah, but they were kicked out of
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
They didn't like that.
No.
They were like, you're not Jesus Christ himself.
Exactly.
Okay.
They were like, that's not what we believe here.
Yeah.
You're kind of being like a god or whatever, like pretending to be God, whatever. So now I'm not sure if she was publicly testifying that she was healed, like had been healed, or if she was healing
the
people,
power of Christ has healed somebody somewhere, some way.
in some way, or
And
if
she told them publicly.
was holding the power of Christ in her hands and healing people.
She was like, I am Christ.
But they were like, you got to go. That's not our teachings. That's not our beliefs, right?
Okay.
Either way, David's parents had to become independent pastors and evangelists.
So this is how cults start.
100% we are starting a cult.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down now.
Okay, but his parents are independent pastors and evangelists now, right?
Yes.
Now, David grew up with his parents hosting revivals.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you grew up in a Pentecostal church, so maybe you witnessed some revivals.
Familiar with those.
Yes, but that is like the live healings and like people are talking to God and stuff, right?
Talking in tongues.
Yeah, speaking in tongues.
I never witnessed healings, but I witnessed a lot of speaking in tongues.
All of a sudden, fucking Mary can walk now, doesn't need her wheelchair anymore.
I would love to be a part of one of those churches. Like the snake oil.
I would love to see it from the outside.
Yeah, 100. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
I don't want to be in it, you know?
My brain's still here. My brain's like, that you didn't do that.
I'd like to still have my thoughts.
That's a fucking cobra, sir. Put it down.
Right.
Who's turning the heat up?
I did watch a documentary about some pastor who did the rattlesnake stuff and whatever, and they're like, he doesn't fucking bite us because Jesus tells him not to, or whatever. Yeah. And then he got bit in the fucking mouth or face or something because, like, it's a rattlesnake and he was trying to kiss it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well...
Now you're gonna die.
God
wants you to die.
Yeah, we can't take him to
I think
the
I watched
hospital.
that same one.
Yeah, and they're like, just pray the fucking venom away.
I watched that same one, I think.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
died.
Jamie Ann was talking about how some guy like that was like renting out some space in their school or maybe it wasn't theirs at the time or something like that, but that she got to watch some of it. I was like, God damn, the way I would have brought popcorn and been 100% there all the time.
And just been like, careful. Ooh, almost got you that time.
She can walk. All right.
Okay, so.
Sorry if that offended literally anybody,
everyone.
But also if that's happening in your church, like.
Do some research.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Just double check, you know?
Yeah, you know? Okay,
double
so
check. Be educated.
Live healing, speaking to God, and his family would rely solely on the parishioners' tithings or whatever, right?
Absolutely. So and then he's driving a Rolls Royce.
Right. Well, to be fair, they were living a frugal life. Okay. They were trying to do it the right way.
I see.
Okay. So then David graduated high school and then attended Elliott School of Business Administration. And then he followed in his father's footsteps and became a minister in the Christian and Missionary Alliance. Okay. He was stationed in Valley Farms, Arizona.
Ooh, Valley Farms.
Valley Farms.
It's a great store for meat.
Great market here. But he was eventually kicked out of the alliance for alleged sexual misconduct with a church employee and for differences in teachings, right?
Okay.
According to David, he was kicked out due to his support for greater racial diversity among the congregation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, those are two differing reasons.
Opinions. Yeah. According to the church, they were like, that's not what the Bible says.
I could see how like interracial couples during that time would be considered like sexual misconduct.
Yeah, potentially.
I mean, it literally was. You couldn't be a mixed
like
race.
Ostracized. Yeah. So
I mean, literally not even in the 60s could you do that.
Right.
It's that fresh.
Yeah. And maybe he was advocating for more racial diversity.
But also maybe he did some shit.
But also I
lying.
tend to believe not
the church?
No. But not him.
Yeah.
So he is kicked out of the alliance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of David's named Fred Jordan owned a couple of soul clinics.
Oh,
I know. And which is some branch of Christian worship somehow. Okay. I did not look into it. There was a lot of information that I was like, I'm not trying to research the cult. I'm trying to research the other thing that I'll tell you about.
Yeah, okay.
So, sorry if there's holes in that.
That's fine.
But
I'm not trying to, like, convert.
Fact check me. Where is it?
What are they called again?
Mm-hmm. So, this guy, Jordan, Fred Jordan, he owned some soul clinics. One of them was in Miami, Florida. And Fred allowed David to run a ministry program out of the Miami branch soul clinic.
Oh, okay. Now, is David preaching what his parents preached? Or his own version?
His own version.
Oh, that's not dangerous.
Not at all.
When we all start feeling like disciples.
And he was teaching people how to be ministers, right? So he's teaching people his way and how to preach his way. Yes, exactly. And then David started getting some publicity because he was adamantly opposed to evolution being taught in schools as fact, which some people are very against. So there's that. But he was popping off at the mouth about it, and the community was getting mad. So Fred was like, "Hey, you gotta fucking move. Like, you can't be in my...
You're ruffling too many feathers.
You're ruffling a lot of feathers
here. I got
here.
a soul church to run."
Exactly. But don't worry, because Fred also said he had another soul clinic out in Texas, in West Texas, that David could use.
Out in the West Texas.
He said,
El Paso.
That's probably where it was. He said that David could use this land as long as he maintained the property and made it better than it was before, right?
Love it.
So David's like, hell yeah, sign me up.
I'm in.
I'm going to take all my little...
Is where my cult is starting.
100%. I'm going to take all my little followers from Miami. We're going to go to Texas. We're going to live off the land and be fucking free or whatever, right?
What a dream.
Weird thing to note here is that Fred had inherited this property, which was 400 acres in West Texas. And his family stipulated that the property could only ever be used for Christian purposes.
Oh, we need another camp.
Yeah, and so Fred was like, perfect, I'll just put fucking David and his folks in here, and that's for Christian purposes. Great, right?
Okay.
So David and his posse of like-minded ministers that he had trained up, they moved into the Texas Soul Clinic, but they moved in like overnight, at night. Like in the cover of night.
Yeah.
In the cover of darkness, whatever the fuck it's called. They swooped in there, right? Before the community could say anything or whatever.
Alrighty.
That
400 acres, like the community, do you really care? I'll go over there.
Be in the middle. No one will fucking care. Yeah. Well, the town.
That's terrifying, actually,
nearby.
For a cult. Yeah.
Yeah. Real isolated.
Yeah.
Because 400 acres, that shit in itself is isolated.
I don't think I can comprehend what 400 acres even.
I don't think I can either. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure a lot is like a quarter of an acre or half an acre.
Girl, we're in San Diego. That is, you got a quarter of an acre?
Yeah, I don't even know if it's that. But that's from all of my Zillow experience, that's like roughly around there, right?
Yeah.
So imagine, I don't know.
Multiple of those.
The entire area. Yeah.
Of West Texas.
All of what you can see in San Diego is what they had in West Texas, okay? I imagine it was much flatter, though.
Oh, my God, that's funny.
So, the town was not thrilled about this.
Sure.
Because they were like hippie religious types living off the land.
Are we in the 60s, 70s?
Yes. Okay. This is like late 60s.
This is when all them cults were running wild.
Yeah.
Smoking that wacky weed.
They moved into a place with a bunch of like roughneck cowboy types, right?
Yeah.
So they're not welcoming to this like, hey man, everything's peaceful here, right? Whatever.
Now, and if you want a slice of the community cheese on the table here, just grab the knife.
And these cowboys are like, move out of my way, my cattle is fucking coming through your 400 acres.
Yeah, your helter-skelter bullshit.
Yeah. So the cowboys would sometimes get a little rowdy and then come over and harass them and stuff, right? So David's friends and himself, his not quite a cult, but definitely a cult starting.
Yeah.
They turned it into a compound with a fence and a guard dog, and they planted trees and shrubbery along like the roadside to keep anybody from like
coming
spying on them, looky-loos and all that, right? Their little settlement was made up of about 175 people who have tired of hypocrisy, materialism, and hate, right?
Oh.
Sounds like the dream.
Who can get behind that?
100%. I was like, I would have been sucked into a cult. Except for the whole like religious aspect.
Yeah, and like following stupid orders.
Yeah. And
like I got
your
too much
hierarchy
sass in me. Like, I'm not going to do that one.
Why are you wearing a fucking robe?
Yeah. Oh, I can see your balls, man.
Can you put that shit away? Jesus. Maybe a shower. So they lived communally. They attended classes 5 to 6 hours a day, and they spent 3 hours a day individually studying. So this is like a boot camp, like a Jesus boot camp, right?
That sounds
but like a new
awful.
Jesus boot camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
New
teaching
age.
the new present, new whatever shit, right? There were children that were born there, and there were children who were brought into the group by their parents.
It's so sad because, like, Then that's all they're going to know.
That's all they're going to know. Yeah. They had people who watched and taught the kids in the Montessori style, which is like your own interests versus a formal structure, right?
Right.
So it all kind of sounds like a beautiful place, right? Nice
Doesn't
little
sound too bad.
commune. Yeah.
Until somebody gets the big idea that they can, like, fuck the kids.
Okay, so...
Yeah. That's when it becomes a problem, really.
Really?
Or, like, own the women.
Yeah. Really,
Seems to be the two, like...
when the
forks in
dudes
the road.
start getting too horny,
Yeah.
is when it really goes downhill.
What are we doing?
So, David's preachings were anti-establishment and pro-Jesus. They were like punk rock, hippie, Jesus freaks, right?
Okay, yeah.
And this drew in a younger crowd. The average age of his followers was like 20 years old.
Ooh.
Okay? And it was catching on in Tucson, Phoenix, and Southern California.
Goddamn, how do you spread so fast?
He was fucking recruiting.
Okay.
And
That old pyramid scheme.
they would go out recruiting along the west, southwest, and they would bring people to their commune to live in West Texas. Like, you got to get rid of all your belongings, sell all your shit, come live with us here, right? Live off the land. We're a commune. Everybody gets along together. We'd all do it together, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they also eventually built up other strongholds, or whatever you want to call them, communes, I don't know, places where they had these communities in other parts of the world, like Spain, the Philippines,
Goddamn!
parts of Europe. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy that he had that, like, level of
Reach.
influence without social media.
So I think it stemmed, and I'm not entirely sure, because he visited all these places too, but I think it stemmed from his ministry school. Like, he was teaching people to
Go out
be
and
the
start
leaders and
this.
start their
Yeah.
own, right? And
Yeah.
do his teachings elsewhere. So,
Like, what kind of ego do you have to be like,
I'm right.
I'm going to change the world?
Yeah.
Like, I can understand if you're living, like, a healthy lifestyle and you see it and you're proving it and you're like, oh, okay, I want to share this with other people, but not like, and you will build my empire.
It's that.
More like,
It's
whatever
more
you do with it, go on, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really, you're right. It is weird. And how self-centered to think that you know better than everyone who's been studying the same book before you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's
So-
crazy. But when God talks to you,
Better listen, apparently.
rape the children.
Oh, God. So they had like 4,000 followers at this point, which is a shit ton
That's
of people.
impressive. Yeah.
They traveled all over
I
to
don't even
different
think we
countries.
have 4,000 followers.
I don't think so either. We should start a cult. I'll bet we'd get a lot. So in the mid-70s, David started telling his female ministers, parishioners, followers, I don't know, that they would be more successful in recruiting more men to their cause if they would have sex with them, right?
Sure.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So he called it flirty fishing. Like,
Oh
you go
my
out,
God.
you fuck them, talk about Jesus, and be like, anyway, want to come back to
I'll show you
this
some
place
more
that I live?
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll show you Jesus's face, Jesus's eyes.
Can I smell?
Thank you for being there for that reference. I hope everyone else is. So he called it flirty fishing. At this point, David is 51 years old, okay?
Okay.
And he is married to a woman named Karen Zerby,
Okay.
who is 22 years old.
Goddamn.
I'm not sure if they were legally married or if it was like one of those cult marriages.
Yeah. It was blessed by God. So,
Exactly.
in the eyes of Jesus.
He was like, Jesus actually said you're my wife, so it doesn't really matter what you
I
say.
had a dream.
Yeah, exactly. And I believe he was also married at the time that he met Karen,
Oh.
but I don't have information on the previous wife. So I think he had a few of them,
Yeah.
right?
They usually do.
Yeah, that's one of Jesus's biggest things when he talks individually to people. He's like, take more wives.
Especially when he picks those special disciples. It's
Uh-huh.
always multiple wives.
Always. Or like, have you tried children?
Yeah.
You know? Which, fucking trigger warning to this, there's...
I feel like we've led up to.
Yeah, this is about a cult, so you can see where it's going. So, like I said, I'm not sure if they were actually married or whatever, but Karen was like his bottom bitch, right? Like,
Yeah.
she was the most important wife now, according to all of this.
Right.
She was in charge of like the spiritual temperature of the fucking cult. Like, the
You're not feeling it enough.
needs to be hotter.
I need you to praise Jesus more.
Yeah. So she's like, we're doing good or we're not. The barometer's in the red.
Yeah.
I don't know how it
Yeah.
fucking works, but she was in charge of that.
She's like, I can feel it.
It's one of those jobs that's like, just give her a title.
She's the spiritual gauger.
Yeah. Either way,
Her instrument of choice?
flirty fishing.
Oh, God.
Her instrument of choice was flirty fishing for the cause Okay.
Obviously.
And so
it's for the children.
It's for the children. So she was out there. She was fucking throwing her ass around. Her bait around, and she caught a man. Okay. And she got pregnant.
Turns out that's not hard to do sometimes.
No.
Especially if you're offering flirty fishes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, I'll talk about Jesus. Whatever you want to talk about.
Sure,
just
babe.
Turn around.
Oh, God.
But she got pregnant by this dude that she was flirty fishing. Okay.
Got him.
18
years.
Mm-hmm.
18 years.
Now he's in here for sure. Found out it wasn't his.
Thank you.
I couldn't think of the next part.
I couldn't either.
The transition.
My brain.
Yeah. So the baby was named David Moses Zerby, which is her last name.
Yeah. Moses.
Mm-hmm, obviously. And he was born on January 25th, 1975, while they were in the Canary Islands of Spain. Okay?
Goddamn.
I know.
Again. 70s, we know how we're traveling.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, they were taking planes at that point. But also, just living in Spain, fucking dicking around with whoever you want.
In the Isles.
In the Isles. The Canary Isles. Baby David was adopted, quote unquote, by David Sr.
Sure.
Right? I don't believe he was actually legally adopted.
Obviously.
But he recognized him as
they
his
gave him.
son. Yeah. Like, this is yours now. And David Sr. was like, holy fucking shit, you guys. This kid
is the next.
Actually a prophet. Yeah. 100%.
Is it his only son?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to lead us one day, and they called him Davidito, which is little David, and they would call him the prince, okay?
Obviously.
So, like, he's destined for greatness.
I call my boys princes as a fucking joke, like as a, like, yes, my prince.
Okay, yeah. What else can I get you? Would you like me to slice your blueberries?
And they're always like, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm like, you can get your own fucking water.
Yeah. Let me peel your grapes, my prince.
Yes. What else does my prince need? God, I'm an asshole.
You know,
I love it. I love parenting with sarcasm.
Every kid needs to be taken down
They
a peg or two.
need to have a good sense of humor.
Yeah, it makes them funny, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Makes them good humans.
Right.
So, side note, Karen had another kid. It was a girl named Techie, who was also destined for greatness, according to Big D.
Okay. Well, she was going to lead the flirty fishing.
Flirty fishing,
Yeah.
exactly. Big D said that one day the children will have power to call down fire from heaven and devour their enemies.
Oh,
so like
Jesus Christ.
Only are they prophets and they're going to lead this, you know, new revelation, whatever, cult leadership thing, but they're going to have superpowers.
Could you imagine being told you have superpowers and you just have to wait for them to come in?
Yeah, as a child, like as a baby. From the age that you were born.
You just believe you have this, I have
this divine power.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm still waiting on my letter from Hogwarts, but...
Fuck that place. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm not trying to learn magic. I'm not trying to be in a you know, communal space. Yeah, I'm good.
That's fair. I don't want to go to like boarding school or anything, but like if there was an online course.
It's like I've hit that point in my life.
Hogwarts.edu.
Yeah, I've hit that point in my life where I'm like, I can't be too inconvenienced. And I've learned my lesson too many times. I get roped in by shit.
Fair, but like if I was 11 or whatever, you know.
That's the problem. Is like, I'd be like, I can make it rain fire.
Yeah.
I would tell everybody.
100%.
And then I'd be like, it's not in yet. And then I would sit in the backyard practicing. And I would never doubt myself.
and also I would never make fire rain from my hands.
Never. But I'd be like, I felt it.
I'm heating up.
Yeah, that's insane.
So David also said that both the kids would be killed and raised from the dead 3.5 days later.
Okay, this is Jesus' story at that point.
Well, it's like Jesus' story.
Yeah, it's very Jesus-like.
But it's like it takes longer.
And we're going to call it Good Friday, the day they die.
We're going to carry around crosses.
On a Friday.
But they would take longer than Jesus did to resurrect because, like, they're not Jesus. They're not crazy, you know?
3.5 days? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Okay. It's going to be 3.5 days.
Okay.
They're not as good as Jesus.
Well, we can't, like, when does the timer start, you know? Do
Honestly.
you start it on the day they die?
I don't know.
Or do you start the next day, like full 24?
Right? So I tried to look, like, what times was it actually? Like, did Jesus come back in 3 days, or was it less than 3 days? Or was it a little bit more? Was it 3.5 days?
I don't think we have that accurate measurement.
We don't.
Yeah.
They're like, and then the next time they checked the cave, he was alive. And
I don't know if you know this.
But it's made up.
But I mean, it's just like
kidding.
Somebody
Maybe.
remembered it and wrote it down.
Right. No one's given facts here.
Yeah, it wasn't like historically documented as it happened.
Did they have clocks? They're like, the sundial says it's on fucking
They probably
12.
fucking put their fingers up and they were like, noon.
Yeah, definitely.
Check the cave.
Someone go look in the cave. Also, how long had he been sitting in there? You know, was he like, fuck, man, when are they going to open this shit
3
again?
days.
Yeah, but like alive, how long had he been sitting there? Were they just like, oh shit, now he's starving because he's been in there for 2 days?
I don't want to
They
burst
check
your
it every
bubble.
day. You don't think he actually came back?
I have a lot of serious questions.
Listen, I'm down.
But that's
to hear
because
the
I wasn't
answers.
raised in it.
Okay, so again, I'm sorry if this offends people.
It's going to offend a lot of people.
I'm
but
sorry
if they're still here at
that
this point.
this offends people.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm dumb. Don't take anything I say. Don't let this ruin your day or your life or whatever. Just take it all for a grain of salt. Okay?
Yeah, right. Our opinions are
Not
nothing.
valid.
Yeah.
They're mine. Okay, and there are many like it,
But
some
these
of them
ones
aren't.
are mine.
Yeah. So anyway, around this same time, the cult changed names a few times, mostly settling on the family. It was originally called Children of God. I don't think I mentioned that. Have
I
we
think
heard of
that
this?
was a documentary I was telling you I needed you to watch.
Just now?
No, this was like years, like a year or two ago.
Okay.
There's one. Maybe it's not called Children of God, but I think it is that cult.
It could be.
And the lady drank like blue,
No.
fucking copper, whatever,
No.
until she turned blue.
No, different one.
Okay,
That was like the mother, right?
maybe that's what
Yeah,
it is, like
yeah.
Mother of God or
Ma-
something.
yeah, maybe.
instead of children.
I think
Anyway,
I couldn't watch that one because I didn't have fucking HBO or Prime or whatever it was at the time. I don't remember.
you need to.
And then I forgot all about
You
it
need to.
until this
The
moment.
opening scene alone will capture you and captivate you.
Trust me,
for
I'm
years to come.
Sucked into cults. I will definitely watch it.
I will
given
give you
half
my
a chance.
logins. Okay, Children of God.
Okay, so
somebody
they-
wrote us telling us to do this one. I think.
Really?
I feel like I read it recently, and they were like, "You got to do Children of God."
I was.
This triggered my brain in some way, but I have
Yeah.
a migraine, so now I don't have a memory.
Could be anything.
And also weed, but you know, for sure today is the migraine.
and a mixture. So either way, they were originally called the Children of God, and
Yeah.
then now they changed names a few times. They settled on the family. Okay, that's what they're called, the family.
Okay.
It's now known, because it's still active, as the Family International, but
Obviously, LLC.
right, yeah, FCI baby,
Integrated
TFI.
Communications.
Yeah.
Add a couple extra words on there.
.ds PhD.
Yeah.
But they still go by the family. Okay.
Okay.
So Big D was getting into the idea of free love,
yeah.
and members of his congregation would share their lovers.
Yeah.
They would host big orgies within the inner circle of the group, which they called the unit. 'Cause it's like
Obviously.
a family unit,
Yeah.
right?
Well, we have to have inside lingo.
Mm-hmm. And Big D and Karen and other top members would like be involved in these orgies, right?
Right.
But these orgies were often held in front of little
Children.
Davidito.
Yeah.
At least him, because
Oh,
he is the
damn.
next fucking prophet,
Well, they
right?
got to teach him how to please a lady
100%. So they've got him in there. The family,
or please the prophet.
Blech. The family preached that there was no age limit on when someone could have sex, and they encouraged sexual intimacy between adults and children, even between biological family members.
That's so gross.
So fucking gross.
It's very much like Trust Me, that documentary.
I believe. Girl, I think it's all a fucking blueprint.
I kind of think that these are just dudes who want to fuck children.
These are just pedophiles who are like, you know what else I'm good at? Manipulating people. And if I can
Yeah.
get them out to middle of nowhere and then have their kids and,
and
raise
then
them
have
up.
them give me all their money. I
Yeah.
don't have to work. I
Yeah.
can just fuck kids all day.
Literally.
That's
yeah.
so gross.
It's fucking horrific.
Yeah.
And it's all based on this guise of religion. So people go into it willingly thinking that they're going to
always-
get bettered somehow.
The men.
Shocker.
I mean, I get there's like hormones and shit, but my God, like,
But like,
we all
protect
have
the
to live in a
fucking
world
children.
where we have to like not do things we want to do. Try it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's called
Self-restraint.
self-control.
Yeah.
Like, figure it out.
Yeah. Don't tell people about those urges. You know, that's
Yeah.
not okay.
Or
with
do so we
society.
can catch you, but like, the fuck?
Yeah, I guess, but like definitely don't act on them.
No.
You know? So there's no line for sex or anything like that. And
Yeah.
from the time that he was a toddler, Davidito was around this type of sexual behavior. Okay?
That's so sad.
He was raised by nannies, which were just young women in the cult.
Right.
And when he was 10 months old, one of the nannies was tasked with documenting Davidito's life. It would become a 762-page document, including pictures.
Today, he stubbed his toe and we pulled a splinter out and he cried, but he was brave and strong and the power of Christ taught him this.
100%.
That's insane.
Yeah. And from that age, and as he got older, sex and sexual acts became part of his training to become the new leader someday.
I bet that is like the best world for a little boy to grow up in. Like, not literally the best for him, but very enjoyable.
A teen with hormones? Yeah, potentially.
Maybe not, though, if you're, like, freaked out by it.
However,
I don't know, it's like the context, right?
Yeah, he did not like it. He was not into it.
See, I'm thinking if you're, like, raised in it and you thought it was normal because that's your whole life, and then you're the dude who, you know, you just catch a breeze. Yeah, right? And you're like, hell yeah, man.
Got something to take care of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't like it. But he had to go along with
nature shit right there. To know that it's wrong in your bones and you were grown up in that environment and you're still like, I don't like this.
Yeah, he did not like it.
That's fucking nature.
He was put into quote-unquote teen training where he would be forced to have sex, quote-unquote, rape.
Yeah.
This is all rape. None of this is sex involving children, right?
Yeah.
But he would be forced to have sex with multiple older teenage girls every day after his schooling. So it was like a routine, right? He was also raped by all of the adult women in the church who would want to be with him because he was the next prophet, the next leader, whatever.
They all want to be the wife of the prophet.
100%. The document that they were writing contained pictures of Davidito with teenage girls, pictures of him as a toddler at orgies.
What the fuck?
And him with one of his nannies, who was a woman who was also his mother's personal assistant. Her name was Susan Joy Cowton, who was undoing his pants in the picture.
That's so horrifying, like, to think of how little, like, a toddler. I guess in my brain I was still like, oh, they're like 16 or something, you know, like,
no,
like,
just straight fucking sexual abuse from the time he was a toddler.
That's horrifying.
And on the picture was written in someone's handwriting that said, undressing, ... for Sue. Like, oh, isn't this exciting?
That's gross.
He's not undressing for her. She is undressing him.
That's fucking gross.
She was going to rape him.
That's disgusting.
That is where that ended. In the 90s, she changed her name to Angela Smith.
Yeah, sure. Gotta run away from that.
But we're going to get back to her, okay? So.
We got our eyes on you, Sue.
Yeah, Sue. There are also allegations that Davidito was forced to have sex with his mother, Karen.
Gross!
She denies that.
I bet she fucking does.
Yeah.
What does David say?
You know, can't ask him. So,
oh, no.
This first generation of children that grew up in the cult was known as the second generation, right?
Yeah.
Of, like, followers or something.
Right.
They called them the second generation. There are many people who grew up in the cult during that time that said that the sexual abuse of children was common and encouraged by all of the adults.
Fucking disgusting.
Like, they lived together, and after their day of schooling and stuff, they would be told to crawl into bed with David.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Gross. Almost all, if not all, of the second generation of children was sexually abused.
Oh, my God.
By 1986, though, Big D apparently realized his mistakes and he banned the rape of minors and even
He probably had some fucking people hot on his trail and he was like, you know what we got to do? Cover up the sex charges so I don't go to prison for life.
100%. That was my next bullet. I'm not sure what led to that, but I can't imagine he had like a change of heart.
Yeah.
You know, some revelation.
The coming of Christ.
Oh, Jesus talked to me. He actually said this is not what he was saying.
Yeah, he probably caught a charge and was like, that was close back there.
100%.
Let's get rid of all this evidence.
Yep. And this is also in the 86.
Yeah.
So all through the fucking 70s, 60s, he's out there dicking around with kids, right?
Fucking kids.
He also banned the practice of flirty fishing. So, like, you can't use sex to lure in dudes anymore.
Well, he's not going to have anybody in his cult anymore. Unless he's really preaching some important shit.
That was the basis of the appeal for a lot of them, I think.
I feel like that was your bait.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. The whole reason that these men were joining is to fuck kids and women, right?
Yeah.
Either way.
Might attract the wrong kind of crowd.
It might. It sure did, huh?
Ugh.
So I'm assuming he was just doing damage control, kind of like you said, right?
Yeah.
Either way, now the kids are allegedly safe there, right? But the damage had already been done to the second generation who had all been abused.
And they grew up in it.
By the adults in this
thinking that
organization.
that's what life is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, Davidito changed his name to Richard Peter Rodriguez.
Oh, Richard.
He started going by Ricky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Ricky Bobby.
Or Ricky. Now, I'm not sure what his biological father's last name was, but his first name was Carlos, and he was from Spain, so maybe it was his dad's last name.
Oh, the Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But also, there was a time that Big D made everyone change their name to biblical names.
Oh.
And Richard and Peter are both from the Bible, so it could have been from that. I'm not entirely sure
I don't think I knew Richard was from the Bible.
Um,
I knew Peter, David, Mary, Anne.
Mark. They all are.
Yeah.
Joseph, Ezekiel,
Luke.
Paul. Yeah, literally all of them. All the names, Matthew, they're all from the Bible.
I didn't know Richard was, though.
Now you've got me second guessing it, but I'm pretty
I'm sure you would probably know better than I
I've probably Googled it. Who's to say? Old Saint Dick.
Old Dick. Yeah, that's all I'm thinking. I didn't know Dick was in the Bible. What'd Richard do? I feel like Richard probably got in the fucking way.
You know, he wasn't meant to be there.
He didn't get his own chapters.
Yeah. Oh, it's our Richard 315.
Oh my God. I don't know why that cracks me up so much.
Because it was Austin. Was it 316? Wrestling.
Oh.
Anyway, so I'm not entirely sure why he changed his name, but now Davidito is called Ricky, okay? He will forever be Ricky in our story.
Okay. Ricky.
And Ricky is not doing so great.
Uh-oh.
Okay? He has never liked being the prophet or the prince. He was a shy guy, didn't want all that attention on him. He would avoid, like, kind of being in the public in the group because all these older women were like, oh my God, right?
Yeah.
And wanted to be around him. He's like, yeah, can you fucking
This
not?
makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I just want to go play with my Hot Wheels or whatever.
Yeah.
He began to resent being sexually abused for his entire life. Shocking.
Sure.
Yeah.
As one would.
Mm-hmm. And in 1994, David Berg, Big D, he died at 75 years old in Portugal.
Probably from fucking STDs.
Could have been.
Syphilis.
I mean, 75, he made it pretty far, you know?
Yeah,
Also, the pictures of him, he looks like this jolly, like, he's, you know, wearing the robe, but he's got these big rosy cheeks. Like, he looks kind of like Santa Claus mixed with a pedophile.
That's fucked up.
It's awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then Karen, Ricky's mom, and her new husband, Peter Amsterdam, took over leadership of the family cult. Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because
Okay.
he had a lot of wives. I guess he didn't give a fuck that she had other husbands or something and was like,
All right.
you're the next in line. You've got the temperature
You have
of
been
this
chosen.
spirituality, right?
Yeah.
In 1995, a British court investigated the cult and deemed that the Davidito book was an example of the cult promoting pedophilia
Yeah.
and called it a guidebook for adult-child relationships.
Yeah, that's gross.
But since Big D was dead, they promised to take those parts out of their teachings and out of the book, right? Like, we're going to scrub all that. Don't worry about it. That was his idea. That's not our idea.
We don't even like that idea anyway.
Mm-hmm. And so now they were allowed to continue practicing their religion, just with no funny business.
Modified.
Right? Yeah. They're like, that was all him. It's fine, right? It was all of them.
Oh my
For
God,
the record.
gross.
But either way.
But they're using it to save their ass.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, sorry about it. He's dead, though. We'll change. Don't shut
Do we
us
know
down.
how he died?
I don't know how he died.
Wonder if they killed him.
That was another part where I'm like, I'm not researching the cult.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so then in 1996, when Ricky was 21 years old, he moved to Budapest, Hungary,
Oh.
to a home owned by the family.
House in Budapest. Okay. What? Sorry.
To a home owned by the family. Because again, they've got fingers
yeah.
everywhere, right?
Yeah, they sure shit do, don't they?
Mm-hmm. And he met a girl named Alexia Munumel.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
Alexia moved with Ricky back to his mom's place in Portugal and essentially joined the family to be with Ricky. Okay?
Okay.
Ricky started doing his own research, so to speak, and he noticed that the cult's teachings were contradicting the Bible.
Yeah. Well.
Mm-hmm. And he was also carrying an insane amount of guilt for the other children's sexual abuses.
Yeah, and I'm sure because he was like forced to rape people and shit. Like that sounds awful.
He felt very guilty for that because he
Yeah.
was with quote unquote raping, but being
Yeah.
forced to rape other children.
Yeah.
So he felt fucking terrible
yeah,
for that.
That's awful.
Since he was supposedly the next leader and all that, he felt a certain amount of responsibility for the cult and its people, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was also upset that no one faced any punishments for the abuse of the children. Like, now they
Actual
aren't allowed
punishment.
to do it, but
Yeah.
like nobody,
They're still in that environment.
100%, and nobody was held
We don't know what's
accountable.
going on behind closed doors.
And all of the adult women who, I would guess a lot of them are still in the cult,
Yeah.
had raped him.
Yeah.
And he's just got to be there and be like, everything's fine.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's normal.
What's up, Sue?
Mm-hmm. Since Big D is dead, like, it's just a moot point. Like, get over it. Doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
He didn't like that.
Yeah.
And by 1999, Ricky and Elixia had had enough and they wanted to escape. So they told the family that they were moving to the compound in Mexico so that Ricky could finish his education.
Okay.
But Elixia went to England and Ricky went to the United States with plans to meet up later.
Okay.
Ricky eventually made it to the Family Care Foundation's headquarters in Dulzura, San Diego.
Oh.
Which is just south of Jamul, east of Otay.
Oh,
like
that little...
Yeah, out in the middle of fucking
sticks.
nowhere, kind of. Yeah, but is where a lot of border crossings and things happen. And then Ricky sold a car his mother had given him so that he could travel up to Tacoma, Washington, and meet Elixia there.
Okay.
Okay? They both arrived safely in Washington, and they got married outside of the cult.
Aw.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really? Like, they really got married?
They actually got married, yeah. They moved into a low-rent apartment, and Ricky, the prince, he got a job on a fishing boat in Alaska.
Oh, fun.
Fun, right? They struggled with living in the outside world without the help of the cult.
I'm sure.
They were making it work. Yeah, because he grew up in it. He doesn't know any different. Like, people just
like,
give
hey,
you shit,
we
right?
don't have to rape people?
You don't have to rape people, but also
come home and just go to bed?
You got to work for money,
Yeah.
and then you got to pay your bills and stuff, where, like, the cult was taking care of all of his housing, everything for him, right? They were making it work. But Ricky was still not doing the best mentally. Mm-hmm. He had never gotten over the abuse, and he even talked to other second-generation survivors who corroborated his accounts of the sexual abuses and were like, that fucking shit was super
awful.
wrong. Yeah, it was real fucked up back there.
Right.
But there was, like, support groups being created outside of the cult for all of these
like Scientology
survivors.
all over again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ricky's hatred for the cult and his guilt for what they had done to other children was eating him alive. Mm-hmm. He began taking knife-based martial arts classes.
God damn. He's like, anyway, gotta get some ninja stars real quick.
He's like, got my shurikens. The only one I know the name of.
My kunai knives.
And he took some classes and learned how to shoot a gun, and he would spend a lot of his time at the shooting range. He was trying to obtain permits for a gun to get his own, right?
Okay, I see. So we got some protection coming on.
Mm-hmm. And in 2002, there was a website created for ex-members and survivors of the cult, kind of like a blog, right? Mm-hmm. And Ricky started communicating with other members, other ex-members, and posting on that site a lot.
Ooh.
He posted about Big D abusing his own daughters and his granddaughters while his mom watched and did nothing.
He's spilling the tea.
He's spilling all the tea. And he was the former fucking new leader, right?
Yeah,
The
this
prophet.
should have been his empire.
Exactly. Yeah. And now he's like, I'm going to burn this shit to the ground because you fucked me up.
Yeah.
He described his mom as apathetic and violent towards her kids. He wrote about the teen training that he had endured. He wrote about his guilt at being the prophet and how that directly and indirectly caused other children to be sexually abused. By 2004, Ricky was deep in his hatred for the family, right? Mm-hmm. He was still posting online, and he put out a request for other survivors with, quote, nothing to lose.
Oh, God.
To help him in getting revenge.
He's going to create an army, isn't he?
Well, he tried for a moment.
For a second.
Yeah. Ricky told his knife skill teacher guy that he had thought about murdering the head leaders of the family.
Ooh, okay. He's getting his revenge.
Mm-hmm. And
that's his mom.
That's his mom.
That's crazy.
It's his mom and I guess stepdaddy, but I don't know.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy Peter. I think his name was Peter. Amsterdam. So the knife teacher guy was just like, that's crazy. Everyone has to have a purpose or whatever.
Cool. Cool.
Cool. Anyway, hold it like this.
That'll be $20 for the day.
It's in the wrist.
She
Ricky's friends tried to convince him to go the legal route and bring it to the courts. But the problem was that they had operated in many different countries, which made prosecuting
gotta get the FBI
people really hard. Yeah. Well, they had many different countries, and you're relying on a child's recollection of when or where this happened.
No hard proof.
And they were all changing their names or going by different names. So a lot of the times these children had no idea who actually was
committing the crimes.
People abusing him. Yeah.
That's
or abusing them.
Scary.
Yeah. It's like a blueprint for abuse.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go the legal route. He didn't think that it was going to come to anything.
He's like, that's not going to help.
Mm-hmm. Ricky had been trying to locate his mother and his half-sister for years. His sister to
Just
save
go to West
her.
Texas.
But they weren't there because his dad died in Portugal, too. And
oh, yeah, that's right.
she was living in Portugal at one point. But now, when he went to go find her, I guess, or tried to look her up, she wasn't there or he couldn't find her, okay? But he's trying to save his sister, and he wanted to kill his mother.
Okay.
But like I said, they were using different aliases, and they were moving around a lot, so he couldn't pin them down.
What a great brother. Besides the killing your mom part, but, like, to want to save your sister.
Yeah. Well, she was the other prophet, right?
Yeah.
She was the other one who was going to get her special
make it rain
powers
fire.
and fucking smote a bitch
And
down.
he's like, hey, spoiler alert.
Turns out we can't in the outside world. Have your powers come in?
Yeah, it ain't
Mine
gonna work.
haven't. So in the summer of 2004, Ricky decided that he wasn't going to be able to get over the abuse. It would always haunt him, and it was time to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
So he left his wife, Alexia, though they still talked every day, but she's like, I can't fucking follow you on this journey.
Right.
You know, like,
Especially if you're going to go commit murder.
yeah, I kind of got to stay here.
Yeah.
And he moved down to San Diego to meet up with another survivor. And while he was there, he learned that his grandparents owned a nursing home in Tucson, Arizona.
Oh.
And Sue Cowton, now Angela Smith,
Yeah.
was staying at that nursing home.
Oh, is she an old lady now?
Mm-hmm. And he heard that his mother had visited her at Christmas time. And so he's like,
shit.
this
How's
is,
he getting all this inside scoop?
I don't know. But he's like, that's where I
good.
gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Also, they were sending out pamphlets like, you know,
Come join our Church of Christ.
not come join our church, but like inside pamphlets, like, hey, this is what's going on. Fucking David bit the dust or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that some of the ex-members were still getting that information and
bringing it
relaying
out.
it to
Okay.
David. So he decided to move out to Tucson and bide his time, right?
Love it.
He moved in with the family of his aunt for a month, and then he got a job as an electrician. He was acting completely normal at the time, not talking about the abuses and his plans for revenge, right? Like, the people at his electrician job were like, he's a totally normal guy. Seemed
Right.
super cool. Eventually, Ricky got his own apartment in Tucson on the north side. And then on January 7th, 2005, he recorded a video of himself talking about his desire for revenge and his thoughts of suicide.
2002, you said?
5.
I was in Tucson.
Ah,
No, but I was in
close.
2004.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I was there when he was there.
You might have been. He was there in 2004. But he, like, you know, right before this, because now it's January 2005.
I used to work at a nursing home.
I didn't write down the name of it.
What the fuck, Erin?
I didn't even think about it.
That's the nursing home where the old guy would always put pepper in his orange juice. And I would just give it to him like, hey, man.
Gross.
Yeah.
Although, won't knock it till I've tried it, because I do love pepper.
You do love pepper. So did this guy.
Pepper, pepper, pepper on cheenies. So he's taking a video of himself, right? And he is talking about all of his abuses and things. And he called himself a vigilante.
Obviously.
He showed a Glock 23 pistol. He was loading the magazine during this video. Like, hope you guys don't mind. I'm just going to load up my magazine real quick.
Pardon me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
He
mean to be
showed
rude.
a K-bar knife. K-bar?
Mm-hmm.
He showed a drill, a soldering iron, and duct tape. Those were
A drill.
allegedly going to be
Soldering
used
iron.
for torture.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes it worse when you think about it that way, huh?
Yeah.
So he was, I don't know, itemizing his list of weapons to
Right,
this
soldering iron.
video. Yep. He stated that his main goal was to find his mother and kill her, but that if he didn't find her, he would continue to hunt her in the next life. He alluded,
Okay.
yeah, you know,
You're planning your death here? Like, what?
he alluded that he was going to kill Sue and that would probably get him in trouble with law enforcement. But, like, he means no harm to law enforcement, right? Like, he's just
Okay.
trying to take out the trash over here, right?
Yeah, sure.
He sent this video to his wife, his friend, and 2 family members. And then the next day, he invited Sue over to his apartment for dinner.
Oh. She can just leave the nursing home?
I guess. Now, it was unclear if she worked at the nursing home or she attended the nursing home.
worked with her?
But you would know. I thought she was at the nursing home, but maybe not.
Okay.
But either way, he invited her to dinner at his apartment, and
they
she
were like,
came.
sure.
Yeah,
Somebody-
she showed up. Like, oh my God, great. I'd love to get back
David?
in touch with the prince who I hath raped.
Does she still believe?
I mean, she
I
was
have
still in
so many
contact with
questions.
with
Yeah.
his mom and stuff, so I would assume she's still involved.
Also, what happened to your community that you didn't want to take care of her anymore? And she ended up in a home.
Drop her off at the nursing home.
Yeah.
But also, the nursing home was owned by his grandparents. So, I mean, maybe that is how they took care of them.
Oh,
was like,
maybe.
you can stay here, right?
Yeah, but his grandparents weren't in the cult, right?
I can't imagine they were far removed.
Okay.
Like, if your daughter and son had a cult, you'd be like, you can use my facilities.
Oh, they were raping children. I'd be like, you fucking weird.
Yeah, it's not who I raised.
Call the authorities.
I don't know, but now allegedly it's not. They're not raping kids, and you could say like it was Big D's idea.
They were ignorant. It was
so
different
ignorant.
times.
Yeah,
it was different back then.
So
we could just do tabs of LSD and acid and
you
shit.
guys just don't understand.
Yeah,
we had a fucking straight line communication to Jesus.
Yeah,
right after these alligator tails. So
off the parishioner's ass.
Yeah. This child's ass.
Oh my God.
So anyway, Sue shows up at Ricky's apartment. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, what are we having?
Yeah. I brought flowers.
Yeah. Oh my
or
God.
Whatever.
I brought cookies that we can eat after.
Once she arrived at the apartment, I don't know if there was a conversation or dinner or what, but Ricky stabbed her several times.
Ugh.
And then he slit her throat.
Oh my God, this little old lady.
Then he...
Not that, she deserves much, but, what if she was a victim too? I have questions.
I'm sure in her own way that she was a victim too.
And you still can't sexually assault people.
But you also still can't sexually assault people, especially when you are the adult who should know better. Even if someone is telling you, just go ahead and do it. Jesus wants you to.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I don't know, man. That's fucked up.
I don't know. I think I'd still be like, that's a toddler dick. I'm going to stay over here.
That's so fucked up.
That's a child.
Yeah.
That's a baby.
Yeah, but I mean, not that I'm trying
kid.
to defend her because I don't know her story, but when they are the victims also, it's like it's either that or you.
Yeah.
So then people go into survival mode.
But also, either that or you. Okay, then you go get raped by other adult men. You don't rape a child.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know.
I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying, like,
she has her own story here.
Yeah.
But I did not.
But she got murdered
into
for
her.
her part.
She got her throat slit for
Goddamn.
raping David when he was a child.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
And then David immediately hopped in the car.
In his apartment.
God
damn it.
And he was like, I gotta fucking beat feet. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
He hops in the car and he starts driving. He ended up in Blythe, California. That's where my brother lives now.
Look at that.
Shout out. It's like
no one's going to find me here.
4.5 hour drive or something. Yeah, literally no one is going to find you here. He rented a room at a motel at around midnight was when he got into town. Okay. He rents a room and he calls a family member in Washington and he told them that there was a dead body in his apartment and that they should call the police. He called Alexia and he told her what he had done. He said that as she was dying, Sue didn't understand what she had done wrong.
Oh, well then fuck that.
But
also, you still can't be just slashing old ladies' throats out here.
Sure.
And also,
but like,
what was his...
I don't know.
Like, I thought he was waiting for his mom to come on Christmas.
So he was waiting for his mom to come on Christmas, but there was no evidence that Sue was like tortured. Well, Christmas had already passed because it's January now.
Okay.
But there was no evidence that Sue was tortured to like find out his mom's whereabouts or anything like that. I think it was maybe like a heat of the moment thing.
Sure.
Took over, and he was mad at Sue. He didn't,
obviously,
he wanted his revenge on her as well.
Yeah, she didn't think anything was wrong. So it's not like she was like, ooh.
She didn't apologize for her peace or anything. Yeah. And maybe if she
was probably like, thank God you're the one killing me. I'm the chosen one.
Right. The prophet is going to kill you.
That's wild.
Wild. So he also said that killing her was one of the hardest things that he had ever done in his life.
Sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't want to be a murderer through all of this. He was kind of pushed into this awful headspace, right? Ricky was feeling very suicidal at this point, and he begged his wife to join him in death by suicide.
No.
She declined.
Yeah, well, good.
You know, at around 2 a.m., Ricky shot himself in the head in his car.
Oh, shit.
At 8 a.m., a city worker found Ricky dead in his car, and he called the police. When the police showed up, Ricky's phone was ringing off the hook, and they answered it, and it was Alexia. And she told the police what had happened, and she explained that there was also a dead body in his apartment in Tucson.
So now she's alerting the authorities.
Okay, yeah, because they show up. So the Blythe police called the Tucson police, and they're like, hey, there's a body of some lady in this guy's apartment, right?
Yeah.
I guess no family members called when he was like, hey, I did this
thing.
They were just like, ooh, let's hope this all blows over.
Don't want to be involved.
I don't know.
But you are involved now. And you're more involved because you didn't say anything.
Yeah.
It's worse.
It's on phone records. You called. You got this phone call.
You talked for 30 seconds.
Right? What did he tell you? Oh, that there's a body in his apartment and you didn't think to call the police? Okay.
Crazy.
But either way, now they know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Tucson police arrived at the apartment and they found Sue. They said that she had died just shortly before they found her. But Ricky had left her for dead 12 hours earlier.
Oh my God. If one of those family members would have called, Sue would have lived.
Could have. Yeah.
That's
potentially.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a way to go, huh?
Right.
I hope she wasn't like aware for it. Not that like she deserves peace or whatever, but like just the humanity in me is like
that's nobody deserves to have their throat slashed and die. Like that's an awful fucking thing.
That's crazy.
To be fair, too, this lady looks like just this kind of like fun old lady that like you potentially worked with. Like, just like a silly lady. I don't know. It's pretty sad.
Pretty fucked up.
It's still pretty fucked up.
Cults will fuck you up, man.
Cults are not good for the community. We should ban them or something. So, a memorial was held in San Diego for Ricky in 2005. His wife said that Ricky, quote, chose a path that no one could share with him. And over 100 ex-members of the family attended his memorial.
Aww.
And then...
Well, he was the prophet.
Mm-hmm. Rick Allen Ross, who's a cult researcher who looked into the family... And
Rick Rouse!
And he looked into the family and Ricky's murder-suicide, said that Ricky reflected the many suicides of those who suffered a tremendous amount of pain from being in one of the most horrifically abusive and destructive cults in American history.
I'm sure.
There was a book written about the family and Ricky's motives for killing Sue called Jesus Freaks. And after all of this, Karen, Ricky's mom, told their followers, which are now up to like 12,000 people, not to listen to the media and that they were trying to spin Ricky as a hero and a role model and Sue as this like horrible person, right? But that's not true. She's saying that Ricky was overcome by the enemy and forces of darkness, right?
Yeah. You know, like he lost his way.
He lost his way, strayed from the path. Now
this
the
is what
devil's
happens
got him.
if you stray from the path.
Right. Yeah. Not like we fucked up back there and maybe we should have given him some
we
more
really fucked him up.
mental health attention, potentially.
Yeah.
Or something. Or maybe not raised him in a cult. I don't know.
But it's his fault.
There were choices made.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's his fault.
Yeah.
So the cult is still active. I don't believe Karen is the head of it anymore, but she is still alive as far as I can tell, and she would be 79 years old.
That's crazy.
Isn't that fucking nuts?
Dude, it's really upsetting how many establishments, if we want to call them that, are active and
getting tax write-offs.
And fucking children.
And fucking children.
Like this whole, and I know I always talk about Epstein, but the whole Epstein thing is still happening. Like it wasn't just him. It's huge and it's
its own cult. It's just not based in religion.
That's so crazy. Like when you start looking at shit, I'm fucking flabbergasted. Yeah. Like I'm always like, oh, it's so sad that we don't do sleepovers and everything. I literally was talking to you about this morning about PJ Day at school, and like I'm glad I don't have a little girl and I shouldn't just categorize because obviously boys get sexually abused all the time also. And I just think it's fucking wild, the world we live in.
Yeah,
like
but
the
it's
fact
something that you have to think about.
It's everywhere.
Is
like
awful.
It's literally if you're in public and it could just be one of those weirdos just hanging. They're fucking all over.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's insane.
Oh, the last time I went to the post office, I was with baby girl, and this old man was like just talking her up, talking to Storm, would not leave her alone. And like, I get it.
Cute, but also
maybe you're bored or whatever. Like you have a grandkid, this and that. But then he gave her money, in like sneaky way, like a handshake. Like, oh, let me shake your hand, and slipped her a $5. Which I'm like, take your money, girl.
Yeah.
But also, why are you giving a child money?
Yeah.
Like, why are you, as an old man,
and
who's
it's like
never met her
it can
before?
either be super innocent and like cute, or it's fucking not, and
or
there's
it's not.
no in between. So it's hard to measure.
Don't know, and I feel bad judging this old man at the post office, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm gonna protect my kid, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's fucked up.
It's super fucked up, man.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah.
I hate it. Like, what are we doing as a society?
I don't know. And they're formed so easily, like these cults, these little communes, these little...
I know. Well, because people are lost, right? Like,
everybody
especially
wants something
now.
to
Like,
hope
I want
for.
someone to take care of me. That sounds great.
Yeah, or a purpose.
Yeah.
That you could all live
and if
together.
you wrap it under your
anti-establishment.
salvation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, and these people that follow really believe that they are the prophet. And so, like, if I don't follow you, I am doomed to hell.
Right.
That's my eternity.
Right. Or, like, can you believe if you would have turned down the next coming of Jesus or something? Like,
Absolutely.
you're not going to be that one.
And you really believe that this is the word of God. So who are you to go against it?
That's fucking crazy.
That is a mind fuck.
Yeah. It's kind of a fun job that this Rick Ross guy has to investigate cults and like do research on
I
how
think
they
it's
operate and all
fun,
that.
but then also you need to watch this documentary because this lady that was like trying to help this family, like watching her navigate it just brought up a lot of stuff in me that I'm like, I don't know if I could do that one. Like, if I couldn't sit in a room and pretend that everything's okay for the sake of getting the evidence.
Right.
Because I can't keep my fucking trap shut. Like, I'd be like, this is Jesus Christ.
This guy?
That guy?
The guy with the toe socks?
What? I don't. You guys want to? Have you been outside? Like,
Are
I
we
have questions.
sure?
Yeah.
This is the peak of humanity, right
Yeah,
here.
but then also this lady was like, you know, talking about she got ostracized from the regular community because they're like, you're enabling him. But she can't be like, I'm actually in here documenting it because we have a sting operation.
Oh,
so like
man.
you're stuck in this weird spot. And then she fell in love with a family because these women are just, they're normal people that got sucked in and they have beliefs and that's okay, but not when they're like, you know, raping children and like harming you and everything like that. And so they really think that they're being righteous and all this and they trust her and she has to betray their trust for their safety, but they obviously don't recognize that at first. I don't know, just going through that whole thing.
There is also like a line between I love that you can live there and you can practice whatever you believe in and do all that stuff and have your little compound and your family unit. Like I love all that for you. It's when you get into like the abuses part that's
and
not
when they're
okay.
obviously like oh, we're just so happy to be around him. You know, like obviously brainwash is like
so there was
ick.
There was when Big D was still alive, there was an investigation and people accused him of brainwashing his parishioners and all of that. And he basically admitted, but like in a friendly way, like, well, yeah, you have to brainwash them because you're cleansing their brain and teaching them the right way. So it wasn't, he didn't see that as a bad thing. He was like,
sees it as
of course I'm brainwashing them.
Yeah.
I'm rewiring their thinking.
Which is like its own
like,
form of manipulation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But to be open about it, like...
Well, he's convicted in it, obviously, in order to sell it that well, you know?
Right.
Like, you really, truly believe that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I don't know.
That's when we put you in a padded room and we go, hey, man, maybe let's not talk to anybody for a while.
Maybe cool it with the robes, my guy.
Oh, my God, that's horrific. That's
Isn't
so
it?
sad.
Yeah. I could have kept going on this one, but like I said, I was still going this morning, and I was like, I need to
wrap her up.
Wrap this shit up, because... It's just going to get deeper into the cult and like where it was going and where it is, and that's too far. That's a whole other.
Well, the fact that it spread so
job.
far, I mean, and that it's still going on, that is so wild.
They have like 12,000 people. It's still active,
and you know,
and
listen,
they bought.
I don't mean to be a dick, but I don't believe that they're not molesting people just because the word of God changed halfway through it.
Right.
Like those were the 60s. No, I'm pretty sure someone out there is still doing some shit. The appeal of your religion is that you can have children for wives or whatever.
Was pretty much
orgies.
What garnered a lot of the attention with the younger crowd was this like anti-establishment free love. So it's these hippies, it's these younger people who are like, yeah, I'm gonna go fucking bone in the desert or whatever, with a bunch of chicks, and they're banging you to get in.
But then when you have to give up your child to the prophet to stay there, and you know that shit is wrong.
Yeah.
You know that shit is wrong. And you're turning a blind eye under the guise of faith. But really, you're now the victim and choosing to not do anything about it, ultimately.
Well,
which
that's how
sucks.
they get the women stuck there, too.
Yeah.
Is that they're not going to leave without their kid, and their kid is no longer their kid. It's the community's kid or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's fucking rough. And I'm sure, like you said, that there was is still abuse going on, and maybe not
100%.
necessarily
There's no way there's not.
in like maybe not in the main I don't know, organization of it, but like all of the offshoots that they have all these establishments everywhere. You're telling me there's not one guy out there who's like, anyway, these are my 16 kids, and that one's also my wife, or these 5 are my wife.
It's crazy too that people still follow it, even knowing the history. Like, you have access to the history now.
Yeah. And they tried to rebrand, but like, if you Google it, it's
you just put LLC at the end, my friend.
First shit that comes up,
Yeah,
it's wild.
I'm so grateful that, like, I got raised by parents who were too busy to take me to church. Like, I mean, I got to go because I wanted to go. And for me, I feel like that led me into my actual spirituality, as opposed to, like, you have to be here and you have to consume the information.
Well, kind of the Montessori way of learning about it.
Sort of.
Like, where I'm interested a little bit.
Well, and I would listen to some of it. Every sermon I ever was in, there was something I disagreed with. But I was at an age where, like, I knew it was okay for me to think by myself, right? Because my parents weren't telling me you had to be there. So for me, ever since I've ever been to church, it was always like, well, you get the good things out of it, and whatever you don't need, it's okay. Like, you don't have to, it's like opinions, right?
Take it with a grain of salt.
Right. Yeah. But, like, these people really be walking around thinking that it is what Jesus says. And I'm like, I mean, he's just interpreting the Bible. That's like if I read a story and then retell you, I might talk about one part of the story a lot and not the other part, but you thought that was the most interesting part.
Right.
I don't understand why people don't have this, like, common sense level.
Yeah. I think it has a lot to do with, like, where they're at too, because some people don't choose their pastors and they're like, don't curate their own.
That's what's so crazy.
Where they grew up or which church is closest to them.
Yeah, it just is, so because
that's the one that they believe, even though anybody could be assigned to be the fucking at the pulpit or whatever.
See, and I have that kind of brain that's like, okay, I could live in that world for a while, and then once I get the seed of, like, doubt. Oh wait, but there's other opinions, I have to know that, and I want to know that. And then when I start feeling like, oh, I feel like I connect with that one, and I mean, literally this has happened in my life, and then people are like, oh, you're talking to the devil or whatever, I'm like, immediately I'm like, that's a weird reaction.
Yeah, like, why are you so against this?
Okay,
I haven't been against you. I'm gonna let you do whatever you're gonna do. Yeah, but you're gonna come at me.
Seems to be like my red flag of, like, okay.
Yeah, it's the defensiveness.
Like, that's weird. Or, like, why didn't you come to church? Oh, because so-and-so. Oh, if they go to hell, are you going to go with them? That's a weird response, Like, that's a little intense.
Why are we forcing this?
Why are you so hell-bent on me being here when every week you don't talk to me? You just want your fucking pews filled.
Yeah.
Obviously, in hindsight. But, like, has nothing to do with Jesus saving me. You don't give a fuck about that.
Right. You want my money. You want my tithing.
Weird. Not that all churches are like that by any means or anything like that, but it's just interesting. No. Interesting to hear it unfold and how, like, wrapped up you can get in.
Yeah. It's wild. And especially growing up in it. You don't know any different. You don't know any better. All those poor kids that were, like, brought into it. They don't have a choice. Their parent was like, I like to bang. Or whatever their parent joined for. They wanted the free love in a commune and not to be held by the society standards. I get it. Fucking trust me, I get it. I love that for you. But then their kids, they just grow up thinking that that's the only way, right? That's the right way. This is the only way. I don't know. It puts a
real damper on things when you start fucking the kids.
It really does. It really does. It's like, don't do that.
Yeah, like, I can get behind all the other shit you were saying about him, right? Like, okay, cool. But the fucking the kids part is where you lost me.
Yeah, we're going rogue here. Yeah. I don't like that.
Gross.
Yeah. We're using sex to bring in other people. It's manipulative.
Yeah, and then when you start forcing people to participate in things they don't want to, then that's where you're immediately red flagging.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Well, and David couldn't participate in sex to bring in other men. He had to use the women and use their bodies for his own gain.
That's gross.
Which is fucking gross. Yeah.
Yuck. I hate it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, thanks for that horrifying story.
You're welcome.
I still don't know how I feel about Sue getting killed.
Yeah, it's rough, right? Because she was just an old lady at the end there.
Well, and even that, it's like, and even if she was young and had just done it all, I just want to know her story, like, was she a victim? But then if you say, like, she didn't think anything was wrong, I'm like, all right, well, I don't know. Does that still make you a victim?
Well, and to be fair, she was talking to Ricky, her person that she abused, about it. So he said she doesn't think she did anything wrong. Was that her being like, well, I was forced to?
And then he took that that's an excuse.
So you don't think it was wrong then because it wasn't your choice. We don't know what the conversation actually was.
Yeah.
Or if there was an extensive conversation.
She's in a fucking nursing home. Does she have all her marbles? Like,
I mean, he could have just started stabbing her and she's like, what did I do wrong?
Oh my God. He's like, she didn't even know.
She didn't even know what she did wrong. What if he didn't bring it up? What if he didn't try to have a conversation about it beforehand? We don't know.
That's so sad. And his mom's still alive. God damn it.
Yep.
Well, I mean, good. I guess
and
maybe
blaming him.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. Actually, now that I'm really thinking about that part, that's really weird.
And
that's a weird reaction to save your church over your child.
Which is her empire, technically, though.
I mean, it's not like
life.
She cared about him anyway. She was letting everybody fuck him or whatever,
or potentially fucking him herself.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
Gross.
All right. On that note, if you guys want to check out pictures pertaining to Erin's case, go to our social media, maybe. It's on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok. Our handle is at ISGD Podcast. If you want to email us, you could do that at isgdpodcast@gmail.com, or you can snail mail us at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
And you guys have a fucking fabulous day, all right?
Have a fabulous day.
Better than fabulous. And don't fuck any kids.
Spectacular. Don't fuck kids. That's right.
Any of them.
None of them. Not even one.
Not even if you are a kid. Just stop it.
Stop fucking kids.